What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol GOVX for Geovax Labs. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing we should do is map out obvious areas of support and resistance from the daily perspective, and the first level that jumps off the page at me is certainly there around 4, and then we have a shelf down below there. Looking at more relevant areas though, 531 as prior resistance, holding up to the T as support on today's action as well. And then, of course, this prior pivot high is also noteworthy, right? So let's now shift the attention over to the intraday 30-minute time frame. Of course, there was some catalyst causing a massive gap up. And as we always do with large expansion of range candles, we'll take a look at the Fibonacci retracements from high to low of the first move, and the first move being defined by the low put in right here. So as always, we're looking at the 38.2, right? That's the first line in the sand that we want to see either hold for weakness and or strength, basically continuation in whatever direction the move was. So how did we fare there? Well, we sliced right up through it. We made our way through the 50, but could not hold there and then rolled over into the afternoon. So the first initial move here, the buying that was sort of after the sell-off, if you will, really wasn't that strong, right? The buyers really never had any firm footing back above the 61.8. So at no point during the day could you say they had an edge. We'll clear that up and now this time go from the high of the move, of course, all the way down to the low of the move on today's session, and just check out where we closed. Of course, not even close to that 38.2 on the small dead cat bounce into the end of the day. So line in the sand going forward is kind of be this 614 mark. And I also really like the fact that it coincides with prior support in here as well, from the intraday session. So we'll mark that off with a horizontal level, and also the 61.8 is up here. So, the Fibonacci's are coinciding nicely with those two areas. We'll just clean it up so we don't have the blue on the chart there. And that's what we're going to pay attention to into the end of the week. Now, if you bought shares long somewhere up here, chased it kind of out of the gates, it's not looking the greatest. For me, I just would not really be interested in a long trade here unless there was clear momentum returning back into the stock and we started to take out 614. If there was any type of consolidation in here, the long trade is the breakout up and over this 667 simply to come back up and retest today's high of day at $7.50. That's kind of the only trade I can see happening here going forward. You're not going to look for a short here because if we go over to the trade tab, you can see there are no shares to short and clearly no options chain to go short via puts. So downside activity really isn't in the question or in the cards going forward. If we were to trade back underneath 531, it's kind of like all hope is lost. I would imagine this comes back down and just consolidates in this range that it's been building out for a little while now. So you have my thoughts on GOVX. Chart isn't looking too hot. A big gap and trap. The line in the sand is 531 and the potential long trade is consolidation here. Breakout up and over 667. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.